So hi guys, in this video we're gonna see some problems in beta and gamma functions. So let's see our first problem. So we have to prove that 0 to integral e to the power minus ax into x to the power n minus 1 dx is equal to gamma of n by a to the power n. So where a and n are positive integers, so we know that gamma function, this is a form of gamma function, and so we have to change this given integral in the form of gamma functions. So what did you do that? So how could we make it? So just by substitution method. So many substitution method is involved in this beta and gamma functions. So let's take this is the given function. To change it into this let's think about what to do to make it as a gamma function. So here e to the power minus x is there, but here e to the power minus ax is there, so this is not in the form of gamma functions. So to make it, just put it as a single variable. So t is equal to ax, so t is equal to ax, and then we have to differentiate it. Why we have to differentiate it? To change this with respect to integration variables. So dx is with we are just integrating with respect to x. So while changing the variable, the limit also gets changed and the variables also get changed. So just by changing variable and changing a limit, we used to get this as in our integration, and just by simple integration we get this form, and this is nothing but the form of gamma functions which we have here. So this is the same form, and now we can say it is a gamma of n by a to the power n. So that's it guys. These are so easy. And now here looks a complicated problem, but it looks complicated, but it actually not complicated. So just see, we have to first show this, and from this we have to deduce this. So and then also we have to show that these are equal. So just see the questions for 2 seconds. Now we can start. So gamma function, we know this is the gamma function, and I is equal to, this is the given function, so we have to change it in a gamma function. So just substitution method, ax is equal to root t. We can put a square x square is equal to t, and that changes into ax is equal to root t, and then differentiating and changing the values of limits, and now just integrating. These are the simple integrations that taking out a common 2 outside, and then this is t to the power 1 by 2, and this is t to the power n by 2, so this goes minus upside, blah 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 blah. This is simple guys. You just looking at the integration, you can find how it came, and at last we get this, and that's what we have to prove it. So first step simple, and now next step we have to deduce this from this. So the next step, by just putting n is equal to, so after putting n is equal to 0, you used to get this. So this is nothing but the second needed thing which we have to deduce from the previous thing which we got. So from this we deduce this. So second problem also get over. And now third thing, this is very important thing and little complicated thing. So now we have to substitute a is equal to 1 minus I by root 2 in these equations. So this is somewhat uh, we can't say what to put. So after many practice, it will come what to substitute. So that's why I said before, substitution method is very important in this gamma and beta functions. So after substituting it and squaring on both sides, we used to get minus a square is equal to I. So now come to the point that where uh, now we have to just simplify this after substituting it. So we substituted it, and we know e to the power ia I x square is nothing but so e to the power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. We know this. So this is something like that. E is equal to I x square is equal to cos x square plus I sin x square dx is equal to root of. And now this is nothing but the conjugate. So this is taking conjugate 1 minus I 1 plus I, and multiplying 1 plus I and 1 plus I in both numerator and denominator, and we used to get this. And now if you split this, so here 1 plus I, so just split this 1 plus I divided by 2 root 2, and here 2 root 2, so root by come here, root by, so this is what we get from this. And now we know that in a complex number, real part is equal to real part, imaginary part is equal to imaginary part. So real part is this and imaginary part is this. So real part is equal to real part and imaginary part is equal to imaginary part. So that's what we got and we proved the desired one. So that's it, guys. So it's so simple. Next question, gamma of n is equal to 0 to 1. We have to prove this. We have to prove this. So what we can do, just think it of what we can substitute to make it. We know that gamma function is equal to this and this we have to change it into this, or this we have to change it into this. So something like that. So now put y is equal to e to the power minus x. So if you put that, e to the power x is equal to 1 by y. So you just forgot this, you just straight away take this, e to the power x is equal to 1 by y. So now if the e goes right side, then the x is equal to log of 1 by x. So that's why we got this. And now we have to differentiate it to change the limits and integrals. So we change the limits, we changed it, and we got this at last. Simple. Now third one. So if we multiply these two, we have to get this. So what to do, just take the first one, and there is a formula. So just make it in this form, just simplify in this form. So just they are bringing to a numerator and making the power minus, and we know the formula which we seen in the previous video. This is the formula. Just you have to remember this. This is an important formula. So just remember this. So by using this, you can simply get into the desired um, answer, which is for the first part. And now we have to take the second part here, and second part is this. So second integration is this. Now we can't use the same formula because in formula it's 1 minus x to the power n, but here it's 1 plus x to the power n. So we have to definitely go for another method, a substitution method. So just x square is equal to tan theta. If we put that, so x to the power 4 is nothing but x square to the whole square. So it comes like a tan square. So 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta, and root of secant square theta is equal to secant theta. So that's the idea behind it. So they are just differentiating this substitution, and they are getting the dx variable, and then we are just changing the limit. We're just changing the limit, and after substituting it, and after many simplification and integration, we used to get this. And now again we have to do substitution method. 2 theta is equal to 5, and again you have to change the limits and then differentiating it, and then putting it, we used at this. And now there is another form for a beta function, like 0 to 0 to pi by 2 sine theta whole power n plus cos theta whole power m d theta is equal to half into beta of m plus 1 by 2 n plus 1 by 2. So that's what done here, half into beta of n plus 1 by 2 and n plus 1 by 2. Why n is equal to 0? Because cos is not there and cos power 0. So that's what it means. And we get this, and we know the relation between a beta and gamma function. So beta of x comma y is equal to gamma of x comma y by gamma of x plus y. So that's what done here. This is changed into this, and now by simple substitution, so simplifications, we used to get this. And now if you multiply the both, you will get the desired output. That's it, we have ends proved. And now next question, integral of 0 to infinite x to the power c by c power x is equal to gamma of c plus 1. We have to prove this. That's it, that's the question. And now let I be this. So now we are changing it into a log form. So c to the power x can be written as e to the power x log c. Why this? Let's see. So e to the power x log c is nothing but e to the power log c whole power x, because if there any power to the log, it comes as a multiplication before the log. So that's what done here. And we know that e to the power of log is nothing but the value. So e to the power of log x is equal to x. So that's what e to the power of log of c to the power x is equal to cx. I mean c to the power x. So this comes here as it is. So that's what we are intent. C to the power x is there, we are changing into e to the power x log c. So that we made it, and we get this, and this is just think it of in which form it's look like. Little bit it looks like a gamma function, right? So now put x log c is equal to t, and then differentiate and change the limits, and by integration you get the desired output. That's it, guys. It's simple, super simple. And now we have to prove this is an important thing. Even you can remember it as a formula, because in many places you have to use this. So in example 15 is very important. You can remember this as a formula as it is. Other things are not needed, but this is little important. So beta of m comma n is equal to this. We know that this is actual formula. And beta of m comma n. Why we need to find beta of m comma n? Because this is in the question. So beta of m comma n, putting m in the place of n, we used to get this. So by simplification, we used to get this, and again simplification, we used to get this, and again by some small changes, we used to get at last this result. Now with this result, we have to proceed the further problems. So let the 2 theta is equal to 5. They are taking this 2 theta is equal to 5 and then differentiating and then changing the limits. And now beta of m comma n will give this result. So here sine pi minus phi is equal to sine phi. They are using it here. And now come to the question. 2 to the power 2m minus 1. So they are just multiplying it with this. You get this as a result for that. So now we know the formula. This is the formula. Beta of m comma n is equal to 2 into 0 to pi by 2 sine blah 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 blah. Now if you look this, so this is in the form of that. So this is in the form of the equation which we saw before. So we are just changing into beta function, and then that's it, guys. We got the answer. That's it. Super simple. But this is very important example. You can remember this as a formula. And now this is another example. So by using the before example, we are going to solve this. So we know that this from the uh, example 15 which we seen before. So what they are actually doing is just changing every beta function into a gamma form. We know that beta function can be written in a gamma form. This is a relation between beta and gamma functions, and now they are writing it, and they are just cancelling the m and simple simplifications, and we used to get this. So that's it. That is the result. Simple. And this is also the same thing. We know this already in example 15. Now we are putting if m is equal to n, then we used to get this. So now we are changing this beta function into a gamma function. You get that is the result. Simple. And now this is also the same thing. See, if you see a beta of m comma n is equal to gamma of m gamma of m plus n. So but we are given that this one. So first take this one and then substitute here. We used to get this, and we know the formula gamma of m plus 1 is equal to m into gamma n. So this part is actually equal to this part which we seen in the previous video. There are many formulas like this. Just remember this: gamma of m plus 1 is equal to m into gamma m. Okay, so by this we are cancelling the m, and we used to get this, and we are taking the second one is nothing but this one, second one, and again like same thing, we are substituting and simplifying. We used to get this, the same one, and these two are nothing but the desired one. We have to prove that. So that's it, simple, easy. And this is also really a same thing. So just we know this relation between gamma and beta function, and just simplify. I was to get this, and again take the second one, just simplify. I was to get this, and at last you get the desired result. Simple. And there is also an additional method. We can do this method, or no, also this method, which is a method which we got from the example 15 and like preceding examples. So by example 18 we know that this, we know by example 18, the previous example, we know this. And by this, so by ratio and proportion, rule of ratio and proportion, what is rules of ratio and proportion? If a is to b is equal to c is to d, then a plus c is equal to b plus d, something like that. So you just google it, ratio and proportion, you used to get this, you know this. If you know this, then this is simple as, then it will got over within two steps. But for that you need example 18. But if we ask an exam, this is not a desired method, you have to go through this method. And now we have to show that in a gamma function. This is actually straightforward formula questions, and hence evaluate this. So we know the formula, this is the formula. So in this we have to change this into this, we have to change this into this form and then substitute the value. So if we change this, we used to get the values of m is equal to this, p is equal to this. So just by putting it in the formula, simple simplification, we used to get the desired result, simple. And then we have to evaluate this same formula, using the same formula we find m and p. So by putting, we used to get this, simple, again simple, the same thing, you just go through it. So these are all the same thing, no change in it, everything is using a single formula. So simple simple simple, as simple as, that's it. So these are some of the exercise problems. If you wish, do to at least 14. These are the questions, just take a screenshot of this. So I'm just showing the first part, and then second part, and then something third, and this is the answer. So just go through it, just to get some good knowledge after solving this. So that's it guys, bye bye.